Guys, so this game, Pistons versus Hawks. So obviously before, in my last video, I mentioned that Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose wouldn't be playing in this game, and we got to see the young guys because, you know, this is what everybody wanted. Everybody wanted to see more Saddiq Bey and more Isaiah Stewart. Everybody, that's what they wanted to see, and they got what they wanted tonight. And I am honestly a bit shocked because we were basically still in this game towards the fourth quarter, and we ended up losing it. And I'm a bit shocked because Atlanta is a team that's fringe playoffs who might really make a playoff push this year. A lot of people believe that Atlanta could get to like a 7th, 6th seed. And it's a bit shocking that we really competed with all of these young guys tonight. Our rookies, when you look at who we're going up against, we're looking at a guy like Trae Young, who is already a consistent all-star in his 3rd season in the NBA. They have Bogdanovich, they have John Collins, Clint Capella. Like, they are already a legit playoff team, or at least close to a legit playoff team. And our young guys competed tonight, so you can't be nothing but happy with that. Now, let's go player by player and talk about the game. So, guys, finally, Jerami Grant is starting to look like what I thought he was going to look like. The 3-year, $60 million man. I first questioned the deal, but then I ended up, you know, after a few days, I sat on it, and I came to my senses, and I was really liking the Jerami Grant deal. And he's been showing out recently, and he's showing why we pay him 3 years, $60 million. If you looked at the last game, this game, and even like after the first 2 preseason games, that's when I really started to notice that he started to shake off the rust a little bit and start to pick it up. And tonight he showed out again. He dropped 27 points, played well on defense, and he's starting to look like the man who I believe he could. Like, honestly, even thinking about it right now, I mean, if he goes from 12 points to, let's say, 20 points or 20 points and 8 rebounds, can we make a case for most improved player of the year? I mean, I believe 12 points to 20 points, that's a pretty big jump. I'm not saying that he's going to win it because I believe someone like Kobe White could win it, but I'm just saying that is a possibility because I feel like he's going to make a big jump this year. And especially if Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin, if we end up sitting them out multiple games and we're low managing them, I could really see Jerami Grant playing a lot of minutes and scoring a lot of points and possibly winning most improved player of the year. So that's a big thing for him. Now, Saddiq Bey, let's talk about him. So Saddiq Bey tonight, so in the first preseason game, he scored a lot of points, and a lot of people were hyping him up after that game and expecting a lot of big things from him. And then after that, he didn't really play in many other preseason games, and obviously in the regular season he hasn't played much. And here tonight, he dropped 10 points for us and 7 rebounds and good defense out of him. And tonight, you know, I wouldn't say happy. I would just say, you know, good job for him, not messing up. He didn't play particularly bad. I wouldn't say he played particularly well. He played just solid. So good for Saddiq Bey. Now, the next guy is Mason Plumlee, or Bumlee as some people want to call him. 9.6 boards for 6 assists. And the man's tonight, I would say, again, just as I said about Saddiq Bey, I'm not mad or happy about the way how he played. He just played a bit average. And actually, I can say I was a little bit pleased by the way he was passing tonight because Mason Plumlee, the reason why I was happy that he was coming here is because I really like the way he passes the ball. And tonight he showed off a bit of his passing, and actually he played pretty well in terms of rebounding the basketball. 12 rebounds, that's a pretty hard thing to do, and especially as Mason Plumlee, because he is not a good rebounder, guys. On a consistent basis, don't expect him to drop 12 rebounds like he did tonight because he's not a rebounder. So actually, I'm changing my thought a little bit. Shouts out to Mason Plumlee. He had a bit, I would say, an above average tonight. I changed my opinion on it. So, shouts out to Mason Plumlee. Now, the next guy, Killian Hayes. Shout out to Killian Hayes tonight. This is probably the best game I've seen Killian Hayes play so far. 8 assists, 10 points, played well on defense. Shouts out to Killian Hayes against Trae Young tonight. He played 29 minutes tonight, so basically 30 minutes. Shouts out to Killian Hayes. Again, I'm not going to kill him if he plays well. I mean, if he plays bad, and I'm not going to overpraise him if he plays well. Just shouts out to Killian Hayes, man. Just let this young guy go out and do his thing. Next guy, Josh freaking Jackson, the steal of the offseason, the unexpected one for the Pistons, the man who they label a bust. Josh freaking Jackson is coming home to his hometown of Detroit and balling out. 27 points tonight. Now, last night, I believe he had 6. And I mean, not last night. His last game, I believe he had 6, and it was a bit of a down game. But he bounced back with a 27-point game. And guys, Josh Jackson is legit. He plays well on defense. He can score on offense. He's legit. And again, we have to ask ourselves about the shooting guard position. Do we go with the Josh Jackson? Should we go with the Speed? Or should we go with the Isaiah Stewart? I don't know, but Josh Jackson, again, makes a case for him being the starting shooting guard. It's up for y'all in the comment section to arguing that one out. I just feel like, Josh Jackson has earned it. But let's get to DeLon Wright, because he did have a good night tonight. DeLon Wright finally played more aggressive than he has in recent nights. Finally started to hit more of his shots. DeLon Wright, I was pretty pleased by the way he played tonight, and only in 22 minutes. And because that was Josh Jackson had more minutes. Josh Jackson had 28 minutes, and DeLon had 22 minutes. So shouts out to him, man. Efficient in the minutes that he played and dropped 18 points. Recently, you could say I've been more negative on him just because, I was a bit disappointed by the way that he's been playing. But shouts out to DeLon Wright. He's been playing well. Now, the next guy is Wayne Ellington. It's funny because Wayne Ellington, even though he had 11 points tonight, he was shooting a lot of good threes, scoring the basketball. I will not change my position on Wayne Ellington. I still feel like he's dead weight, dead space at this point. He's just taking the minutes from the young guys. That's just the way how I feel. I feel like we should have gave Speed more minutes, and I'm not a big fan of Wayne Ellington, but hey, that's just me. I expected when we got him for him just to be in the locker room, to be a vet, and to only play like 5 minutes a night, not getting more than a Svi Mikhailuk or Saddiq Bey or even a Sekou. Just, that's what I expected. He came here, and tonight he played a good night. So shouts out to Wayne Ellington, man. This guy is Svi Mikhailuk. Svi didn't do much tonight, didn't play well tonight. It was a blah game, whatever you want to call it. A nothing game out of Svi Mikhailuk. Next guy is Isaiah Stewart. Now, Isaiah Stewart, again, big energy, high energy in the minutes that he did play, but didn't get that many minutes. Only had 14 minutes on the night, but he did have 8 rebounds, and I believe that was more than Jahlil Okafor had in his last game. So shouts out to that. And the last guy I want to talk about is Sekou. Sekou. And it's weird because Sekou, I just don't get it, man. 10 minutes tonight. Dwayne Casey gave Sekou 10 minutes. That's less than Isaiah Stewart, Svi, Wayne Ellington, Josh Jackson. It's just weird to me. Saddiq Bey, that's way less than Saddiq Bey. I'm upset. I don't get it. It's frustrating. And it's like, if I know the Pistons don't currently have a G League team, but if at this rate, you might as well send this man to the G League. You know what I mean. He might as well not even be playing. 10 minutes tonight. Now, I know he didn't play well in the 10 minutes tonight, but when a guy's just sitting on the bench and then you randomly call him into the game, I remember that as a basketball player. When my coach, when I would be sitting on the bench and then I would randomly be called into a game, you're cold, you're feeling a bit rusty, you haven't been on the floor, everybody else been playing. It just feels so bad when you've been sitting on the bench and watching everybody else play, and then the coach randomly calls you in towards the middle or end of the game. Only 10 minutes, Dwayne Casey. I can't agree with that. So, Pistons fans, let me know how y'all feel about this game in the comment section below. We lost to the Atlanta Hawks, and 0-3. Gotta learn, gotta move on. Trae Young played well against us. Collins, all around, the Hawks had a pretty good game. They played well against us, and the Pistons, as Pistons fans, we gotta move on again. And it is starting to feel like, I know it's only 3 games right now, but it is starting to feel like I may eventually have to make a video about the Pistons tanking. I'm against tanking, guys. I really don't want our team to tank. I'm against the tanking philosophy or ever intentionally losing. I'm just against that idea. But it's starting to look like I'm going to have to make that video about the Pistons being a bad team this year, because starting out 0-3 and losing to the Cavs and the Hawks, it's just not a good look. And it's not a good look for a guy who's saying that we could possibly make the playoffs. It's looking like right now we could be a bottom team in the Eastern Conference. But then again, it's only 3 games and we shouldn't overreact, right? So, Pistons fans, let me know how y'all feel in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 1K. I'm out.